Thanks for that update, Kayla. Yeah, it's a little bit deceiving as well because it might look like rain as we go throughout the day, but some of our surface temperatures have been in the 20s. So it is going to stick. Wintry mix continues to move through the rest of today. As we go into tonight and your early Sunday morning, it really becomes all rain for just about everybody. But with all that liquid around, it is going to freeze as we head into late Sunday night, early Monday morning. Starting to see a few flurries here in downtown Knoxville, Embassy Suites. So it is moving in west to east. Finally, right around where we said it would, right around midday for the plateaus, a little bit earlier, and it's moving across nicely. Kingston, starting to really see it come down as well. You have to look closely, but there are some flurries in Kingston. Let's take you back out to the opposite side of East Tennessee, up in Newfound Gap. There's been some snow here for the last couple of weeks, right, with some of those bigger storms the Smokies have had, but even on the concrete there, still have some lingering snowflakes and likely see some more throughout today. Crossville's really been the hot spot for snow, or a cold spot is really what I should say, because there is quite a bit of snowfall on the ground. The plateau, again, that's where we've been seeing the snow, but you can see it moving on towards the east. We're right at freezing in Knoxville, Maryville, 30 in Maynardville, Oak Ridge, 20 in Jamestown, 24 in Crossville and Pikeville. Especially across the plateau into southeast Kentucky, with how cold it is, everything is going to stick. The snow, the sleet, and the freezing rain. This looks at how much moisture is in the air, relative humidity, temperature versus dew point. Very dry air still in place from Knoxville to Morristown, Sneedville. But you start to see these 80%, 85% in Pikeville. That's a lot of moisture in place, starting to get close to saturated. We need to be 70, 80% plus to really start to see some of those moderate snow showers. We'll start with mostly snow when it's onset, but that warm layer, about 5,000 or 6,000 feet in the air, starts moving through, melts the snowflakes, and then they refreeze. That's the sleet that Dawn was talking about in Crossville at some points. That warm layer just continues to thicken up as we head into the later afternoon, evening hours. Freezes back on surface contact, though. That's the freezing rain. Eventually, we do warm above 32 degrees. Let me walk you through the rest of the afternoon and evening. Widespread 30 to mid to upper 20s across the plateau, 21 in Jamestown. There's the snow moving in. This blue squiggly line just to the east of Knoxville, that's the freezing line. Look what happens as we go throughout the day. The purple's moderate to heavy snow showers, mainly up towards northern plateau into Kentucky. Still at 30, Oak Ridge, Kingston, and Spring City. The pink is freezing rain. Look how quickly it transitions snow and sleet to freezing rain. Southern Valley, yes, it may just be all rain as we head into the evening hours, and especially across the foothills. Warm air's essentially going to be pumping up from Gatlinburg, Newport, and Greenville. Still some icy concerns, and remember, a degree or two makes all the difference. Biggest threat, the further north and west you are. 26 still in Jamestown. So again, everything is freezing to the surface when you're in the 20s. 34 in Knoxville by midnight. So we start to see those icy conditions go downhill, or uphill, I should say, really starting to improve as we go throughout the night, but still icy patches, plateau, southeast Kentucky. We're still at 32 in Oneida as we wake up for your Sunday, but most of us have transitioned to just a cold, heavy rain. Snowfall, it's not going to be much, just coatings to an inch, maybe 2 inches as we really start to see those pick up in southeast Kentucky. It's the ice, the sleet, the freezing rain. That's the concern. I think for the valley, it's trending towards kind of that lower end, more of just a glaze to 1/10 of an inch for Knoxville, Kingston, La Follette, 1/4 to 1/2 inch, Crossville, Oneida, and up into Kentucky. It doesn't take much to cause slick spots, though. This is when we're going to see potentially more road issues, but the 1/4 to 1/2 inch, that's when it gets very dangerous, very hazardous, and even you notice the power outages. Once you get up to 1/2 inch, fairly widespread closures and power outages. So this kind of lines up with our thinking in general, just overall impacts. Limited impacts in the valley and fairly temporary valley east, but plateau up into southeast Kentucky, we start to get into that moderate to high category. Let's pick it back up tomorrow. Widespread drenching cold rain as you head out the door. Maybe you're going off to church, brunch, mid to upper 30s, 37 in Knoxville, 38 in Danridge. Freezing line is completely out of our area into southeast Kentucky. Look at what happens as we head into the evening. Freezing line is right on top of us. We're in the 20s across the plateau. Very light drizzle possible. That just adds to the concerns of refreezing. 2, 3, 4 o'clock a.m. Northwest flow. This is light snow, but it does look like it's fairly widespread. So it's not over once today's over. And look at how much liquid we have that falls from the atmosphere. 2 to almost 3 inches. This includes both rain and all of the sleet, snow, freezing the rain that we see when it's melted down. Higher amounts are going to be south of I-40. not all of that's going to evaporate as we head into your Monday morning. Teens and even some single digits across the plateau, any standing water is going to freeze into thick black ice. Very dangerous. So timeline, today is really the biggest concerns for that freezing rain, sleet, and snow. That melts as we go into your Sunday. Most of Sunday looks fine, but remember, a flash freeze as we head into late Sunday night into your Monday. If that wasn't enough, let's talk about some wind gusts across the higher peaks of the Smokies. 40, 50, maybe even 60-mile-an-hour winds across the highest peaks. Look how cold we stay for afternoon highs. 25 for a high on your Monday. You don't even want to look at Tuesday morning. 3 degrees, a degree shy of the record. Some places are going to fall below 0. Absolutely frigid. This is the coldest stretch of our winter so far, guys.
All right, thank you, Theo. And we're